Dear Joe, I got really overwhelmed today. I remember sitting and watching a masterclass, and all of a sudden, everything just became too much. My mind told me, hey, just go for a walk, just so I can start de stressing. And then it said, bring your camera. So let's hang out at the park today. I had no intention of coming here today. I don't know what exactly I'm talking about or I'm gonna talk about because this was unplanned and I'm literally just going with the flow of it and being in nature right now because I feel so much better from whatever anxiety that was trying to take over. I guess I'll just give you a little life update and what I've been doing lately. So, the biggest thing is I graduated on Friday, August 16th. Woo! Yeah, so this is the first week that I have where I'm not at classes because that was the entire year. But I am currently editing, I haven't started yet, but I'm editing a full video that brings you on the journey from when I first started to finishing. So that's a really big project to edit. And I am not going to push myself to the point of burnout to finish this because that's not the reason why I make videos. I make them because I enjoy them, because they're soothing. And there are some times when it's like, yes, I want to be on a schedule and be on like, oh, a 2 week schedule or 1 week schedule or something like that. But it's for something as big as that, I'm not going to do that to myself at all. I'm taking my time and I'm savoring every moment of it because I feel like that one's worth it, really. It's worth it. I'm in the park and I feel like I needed this. And there's a lot of people walking past. Why, as soon as I'm recording, a lot of people walk past? I guess. The comfort zone challenge again. Random scenario. I thought I picked somewhere very quiet where there would be no people walking past, but hey, here we are. You probably can't see them because they're walking on the opposite direction and where you're facing it's towards me. Yeah, they're on that side. Anyways, that's the big update where I finally finished school and this is the first week where I'm coming back to what life was before school. And it's crazy because what I was doing right before I started was a daily challenge. So it's like the daily challenge was so fun. I was rewatching one of the videos and I'm like, oh my God, the sound on this suck. I forgot to turn off one of the audio and now it sounds blended. And wow, thank you to everyone who watched that. That was painful for me to sit and watch because of the sound. But I feel like I'm finally rested. I'm in a good place where I wake up refreshed. And it's all thanks to really just slowing down and taking in nature. I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing. Why should I rush when everything else goes at its own pace? I don't see why I should rush. Sometimes rushing things turn into things being missed. And those things that are missed are valuable to the next step. So it's like, take your time. take your time. It's okay. It's okay. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm taking my sweet little time. I do have a lot of ideas that I want to do and a lot of things that I'm planning on doing. So it's not like it's going to be, oh, hey, not really showing up for anything. No, I'm always going to be making videos. I'm always going to be creative. So that's never a question at all. I feel like I should find somewhere else that is maybe has maybe less traffic or some more light because I'm losing light really quickly. I guess the sun is kind of on its way down and I decided to go for a walk and ended up at the park. Follow the random flows of life, man. It's you never know where your day is gonna take you, and if you're open to just going with the flow, you end up doing some amazing things. And when you look back on your life, you're like, wow, I really lived my life. Speaking about going with the flow and just being open to things that can change quickly, I did a shoot in this very park a few weeks ago. It was for my kombucha commercial. And I kid you not, I walked past the same place and there is a caution tape taped off right where I was standing. And I'm like, wow, look, I can't even go over there right now. Like, what? The things change so quickly that sometimes you don't even know what might change. So it's like, enjoy what you're doing now. Enjoy the moment now because tomorrow that moment may not present itself again. Sometimes I can get a little preachy sometimes, and I said sometimes twice. But it's when you really believe in something and you're so passionate about it that you just want to tell the whole world about it. I feel like that's how I am sometimes with the things that I speak about because I don't know what brought on the anxiety. I really don't know. But I went with my mind and just went for a walk and ended up in nature. And I'm like, I feel like a video should come out of this. Wow. You can't control people. There's always going to be people, so you're just going to have to work around them. That is the gist of life, really. That's life. And now I'm going to wait for them to walk past. It's a very weird weather because earlier it was warm enough for short sleeve, but when the wind blew, you needed the jacket. So I'm like, okay, I'll just bring it should in case I'll need it. And now, as the sun going down, it is getting a little chillier, but it was hilarious to feel me sweating and also cold at the same time. It's like, how the hell does that work? Wow, I didn't actually, nope, I did. I brought it. Yay. Since I'm updating you on what's happening now in my life, this is a life update. I'm reading this book called The Impossible Brightness. It's a novel on my Kindle. And I love this book so far. It's kind of a mix of supernatural with it's fiction. It's a mix of supernatural with kind of Armageddon and what the earth is going to be like if we don't stop doing what we're doing to nature. But it's also fiction, so it's really cool. And it's kind of crazy because the way it's written, it's set in like 2030, which is not far. But apparently, yeah, I won't give any spoilers, but there is a lot of nature things that's happening where it's really bad for humankind. But also, it takes you into the supernatural as well, where it's like, hey, there are different dimensions maybe, and there are like probably ghosts or people that exist or beings that exist between here and another place. So it's really just like it's I love it. I love books that just expand your mind to think differently, because what is life without something that really expands and broaden your horizon, you know? I've come to hate that saying a lot, you know. But I realize that a lot of people say it, especially when they feel like they're not coming off as being understood properly. So they will use that. Also, I just walked past a bunch of people running, and on their shirt it says running school. I think that's so cool. So I guess that's how they're training for marathons. They go to a running school, which makes sense. Wow. See, I'm not against schools at all. I love school. I mean, I just finished one. I feel like if you want to learn something the quickest way, go to a school, do a course, get somebody to teach you how to do it, because it's you go from not knowing something to knowing so much in such a short space of time. It's completely worth it. Wow, there's a lot of mosquitoes. Okay, so I won't be staying here long, even though the sun will be setting soon. But the mosquitoes, I'm not playing that game with them. Oh, I have no service. Wow, not one. The thing says SOS. Wow. Okay. Well, to disconnect fully, I guess being in the park really causes you to be in nature. Even though in the distance you can hear the really loud motor of a motorcycle. Why you guys have to be so damn loud? Why? I don't get it. Anyways, I love this damn thing. Why? The Kindle. Yes, I'm back to the Kindle. I think I got it in 2012, probably. And I was traveling a lot at that time, and packing five, six, seven different books didn't make any sense because of the weight. And I would finish those five, six, seven books during the time of the trip. So it really didn't make any sense. And I remember I read a blog post and they were like, bring a Kindle, get a Kindle. I'm like, what? This can hold how many books? I don't even know how many, but I'm 100% sure that I have read over 100 books with this. Probably more than 200 since 2012. Yeah, way more than that. But just this. I love it. I bring it everywhere with me, and it's not the same reading it on the phone. One, the sizes are completely different. But besides the size and it being like really thin, like this is nothing to just take up and bring. There's no distraction. On the phone, there's the internet, there's people calling, there's texting, there's social media, whatever. On this, I made sure I got the paper white one where I can't really go online to do anything else. So when I pick this up, I'm reading. make it simple, right? Make it absolutely simple. So that's what I did when I got this. And I've been through so many books. It's funny because if you gave me a choice between watching movies and reading, I'm choosing to read. It's weird because I do make films. it's weird, but I feel like I have such a visual mind that books really bring that out, and it's a journey to go through some other world and imagine what things would be like and actually vividly see it in my head. And then with a movie, it's like, okay, you're just showing me something. I'm not using my own imagination to think of this, but give or take, the Kindle wins for me. Books win all the time for me. I was speaking to my professor, and she was like, I need to read more. And I'm like, yeah, you probably should. And she was like, I don't know. She's like, do you read? I'm like, all the time. She's like, good for you. Like, I know she probably meant it good, but it came off so sarcastically, like, oh, okay, she reads. Like, it's just something I've been doing since I was a child. I love reading. You can always find me in a corner searching and reading a book. Always. I even got in trouble for reading. Like, who gets in trouble for reading a science book? I read a lot of books. I read a lot of books. So right now I'm reading this one, The Impossible Brightness. I'm still finishing the other book because I'm reading multiple books actually. And I realized that you don't have to read just one book at a time. You can actually read multiple books. So I'm still finishing Get What You Want by Julie Solomon because it's a guidebook. So when I get to a part where I have to fill out questions, I kind of stop and then go to a next book if I want to continue reading, which is why I started Impossible Brightness. And then during that, that's when I ordered the Austin Kleon's book, Show Your Work and Keep Going. And then I finished those and then came back to the Impossible Brightness. So no, you don't have to completely finish one book before you move on to the next. It's like watching TV shows. If you get tired of one, you switch to the next one, or you go to YouTube and you watch something else. It's literally like that with books. I don't understand where I got the idea that I only had to read one book at a time. It's weird because even in school, you don't read one book at a time. Different classes, you have to read different books. So I don't know where that came from. Some folklore that passed down that now we're like, okay, this makes sense. I can read more than one book. It doesn't make sense. I can read more than one book at a time. It's getting chilly. And I've already spoken for like 10 minutes. So, what I'm going to do is start making my way home because I need to eat. It is 7:43 and I have not eaten dinner yet. I wish I could stay a little longer. But there's always tomorrow. And the mosquitoes are about to eat me alive. So, no, I'm not going to stay any longer. Everyone gets overwhelmed sometimes, and it's just a natural part of this human life. But you don't have to dwell in that feeling. You have a choice to choose to feel better. Love, Jody.